morning, this is Dr. J.P. Uh, woke up last night, well, woke up this morning thinking about AI, just to find out that a youngster has committed suicide dealing with Chat GPT. And what I want to talk to you about today is why are we spending so much time trusting in a computer? So it's like, why not trust our instincts? Okay. So I actually asked Chat GPT. I said, why so many young people are committing suicide? The answer they gave me is, they said it was a great question. The big cultural and psychological issue is there isn't just one reason. The decline in trust between younger generations and adults, including parents, teachers, leaders, has been shaped by several factors. What they gave us was inconsistent behavior, versus words. Many young people feel that adults say one thing and do another. Scandals in politics, religion, education, and corporation have shaken their trust. So young people see systematic failures, economic inequality, corruption, climate interaction, and association with them, and the adults running the system. Then again, it talked about the internet. Young people can fact check in real time, compare multiple options, and discover hypocrisy quickly. Also talked about social media. Also amplifies, negative stories, making adult mistakes very visible. Then there's the generational disconnect. Um, say this creates a sense of adults don't listen or empathizes, which makes young people seek validation from peers instead. Also, it says economic and social pressures. Many young people feel that older generations left them with student debt, housing crisis, and fewer opportunities. Sound like they might be a little angry. To me, makes sense. Okay. Um, and then they talked about the cultural shift uh, uh, toward individual voice. Today's culture emphasizes being authentic and transparency, while older generations were taught to maintain appearances. When they dealt with hide emotions or avoid vulnerability, young people perceive that as inauthentic. Now, let me tell you what God gave me. Okay. Lack of structure. To begin with, we as, especially those of us here in America, um, we just go with the flow. Whatever the flow is, we just go with it. Um, yeah, our political system right now is total chaos. Um, it needed work. Now it's just destroyed. Um, there is no value among different cultures. A young person, depending on what culture it is going to have a different type of stress issue. If we are people of color, then our stress issue might be devalued. If we are not people of color and we are talking about a Caucasian youth, then the depression may be different. Insecurity, feeling that there's a lack of trust. There could be so many issues when you start dealing with culture, but lack of structure. For example, um, if we don't want to train our children, we just hand them a computer. Okay, just give them a pad. You going on a trip, just get a kid a pad. You gotta go to work and you ain't got time to talk to the kid, just get a kid an iPad. Just give them an iPhone. Tell them to play games. Uh, no structure. So basically, we're teaching them to depend on technology instead of themselves. Also, I want to add confidence, lack of confidence. When you tell a youngster, just Just use just use that iPad. Just go and play some games. Um, you're not teaching them or encouraging them. What about just go draw a picture? What about write? What about read? Um, Not necessarily on the computer. Read a book. Okay. Um, yeah, write a book. Um, I remember when I was a kid, I used to love using my imagination to write. Um, I was an old, mature adult before I finally published something, but I had to get to a point where I had the confidence to do so. So, are we teaching them to build confidence? Or are we teaching them that their confidence is in technology? Um, Work ethics? Okay, are we telling them now, go ahead and use Chat GPT and yeah, go and use that to write your book? Are we teaching them about plagiarism? If you do not use your original thoughts, your original ideas, then you're guilty of plagiarism because you just stole somebody else's. Do we teach them how to do these things? Do we encourage them to do it legally and correctly, or we just tell them just go on do it? Their Chat GPT will tell you what to do. Okay, so now they're not even trusting their own abilities or their own minds. Now Chat GPT has control of their minds, or AI, whatever form of that they're using to create. They're not creating with their own skill set. They're creating now with the computer. Okay, so do we teach them to be honest, or do we encourage them to just use whatever you have to get what you want? Pure selfishness, right? Not a good work ethic. Values. Do we teach them values and principles? Values and principles are taught through interaction with trusted adults. How many adults do you, young person, have in your life that you can trust? Um, what are you seeing these adults do? Are these adults that you have decided to bond with breaking laws, hustling, lying, cheating, stealing, um, devaluing other people? Do they tell you that that is the way to get over? Then that's the wrong person for you to hang around with. You need to sever those relationships. Or is this adult um, maybe encouraging you to write and read and showing you how to do it legally and honestly and teaching you how to use your own abilities, not being selfish, but being creative, okay? And then the most important one of all is trust God, use discernment. Well, if you've been taught that the computer is God, then you will never trust God, because then you will trust the computer, you trust technology to give you all of your answers. Well, this is what I want to leave you with. Technology should be a tool to use, but it should not be the tool that uses you. Eventually, it has been prophesied, and you can see we're heading in that direction where there will be a global system that will tell people what to do. You won't be able to buy, you won't be able to sell unless it has given you permission. That's very dangerous, because when those kind of things happen, that means that it controls your life, it controls your actions, and it controls you. So, this is why it's important that as we are introduced to social media, we be introduced to more AI. Uh, it's going to get a lot more um, smarter. It will get smarter. It will get more intelligent. It has great knowledge, just like Google, which is a form of AI, has a lot of knowledge. It's been programmed from dictionaries and theologies and books and you name it. So the programming is quite detailed. So it has a lot of knowledge. What am I saying? Yes, smarter than we are, as smarter than humans. So that means that humans have to remember who they are spiritually. See, because a computer doesn't have, it's got a mind, very detailed and complex mind, but it doesn't have a soul and it doesn't have a spirit. Um, and we as human beings need to stay in touch with that part of us for our spiritual future and our soul survival. Um, any questions or comments? Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Matter of fact, I encourage it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I really could use your help with that. And also, you know, feedback is it's always good. But God's people have a future, and we have to decide what that future will be. Will that future be dictated to us, or will we dictate to it what we will do, how we will live, and most of all, how will we think? You can ask questions, but already have in your heart the answer so that what you're doing is not telling you what to do. And make sure you are seeking the God within before you make decisions based on something that you've got from a computer. This is Dr. J.P. Like and subscribe to my channel and have a blessed and awesome day. And beware.